Well, the response to this flood crisis has been underpinned by the largest military deployment for a natural disaster since Cyclone Tracy. What's known as Joint Task Force Operation Queensland Flood Assist is helping with the recovery. Now, heading this team of Army, Navy and Air Force members is Brigadier Paul McLachlan. Kathy McLeish joined him on a flight to flood-affected areas today and filed this report.
Just 8 days ago, Operation Queensland Flood Assist comprised 223 personnel. Just over a week later, Brigadier Paul McLachlan, the commander of the Joint Military Task Force, is in command of 1,900 troops. It's one of the largest deployments ever mounted for an Australian disaster.
It's shocking to see the damage that's actually occurred.
On this flight in a Navy Sea King helicopter, he's flying over flood-devastated parts of central Queensland, travelling to Condamine, where soldiers and equipment arrived yesterday.
Condamine's a bit of a tough story, and they're a fantastic community out there. There's no doubt about it. Flooded already once this time, and then 2 days after cleaning up, down they went again. So we sent about 60 people in from the 2nd 14th Light Horse Regiment, cavalry organisation from out of Enoggera here.
Scrubbing the walls.
All right. So is there any structural problems?
Oh, I'd say so. Well, look, the water's ran straight underneath. But I guess the engineers will tell.
Yeah, well, that's probably about right. So which one's that? This one?
Just right here.
Okay, where the red car is?
Yep. We've got about 20 blokes in there.
Right.
She had furniture, was 40 years old.
And it's all total, is it?
That's all wrecked, yep.
Soldiers are cleaning mud and debris from Ranald and Margaret Twydale's home. They can certainly use the help.
It's hard to look at it and think, what am I going to do with it? But
absolutely wonderful. It's a great gesture.
It's the second time their home's been flooded in 3 weeks, and it's taking a heavy toll.
how do you keep going?
Well, you just don't look over your shoulder, keep.
Major transport links have been cut throughout the region, and that's having a flow-on effect.
We've got a rural industry and an energy sector that can't move at the moment.
Yeah.
We actually need dollars through business houses to keep the economy going.
The joint Army, Navy and Air Force effort is supporting local authorities, providing helicopters, Hercules, heavy transport, minesweepers to clear shipping channels.
We're working really closely with the State Disaster Coordination Centre, so they're setting our priorities, and we're falling in and helping the people that are already on the ground from the state authorities.
Brigadier McLachlan says the response from the troops has been heartfelt.
Go boys, how are you? Good to see you, mate. Now, what happened to you blokes? Did you get recalled, or you?
Yeah, recalled from leave. So, but I mean, most of us anyway, when we're on leave, we're either in Brisbane helping our friends, or just going down around the streets and helping. So,
some of the units deployed through the state have recently returned from Afghanistan.
Some of the units were recalled. Initially, we tried to leave the guys that had been over, home with the families, and most of them put up their hand and almost demanded to come in. So there's quite a few people who are only recently returned from Afghanistan out helping the people of Queensland.
Right, well, we just might wander down there then.
Brigadier McLachlan says the troops may be trained for battle, but they've been moved by the devastation in Lockyer Valley. On this flight, he's taking in an aerial view of the town of Grantham.
You just got to have a look at the footage of Grantham as we flew over there, and that is a real disaster spot. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But it's in our country, and it's sort of 25 minutes by helicopter from this base. This one's hitting home hard for all of us. Most of us are local, and it's having a big effect.
Troops are deployed there, assisting with search and rescue, accommodation, clean-up and recovery.
We've had about 230 people out there for quite a while, assisting the Queensland Police with the search task. But because we've established a bit of a relationship with the township, we're going to transition those guys that are in there at the moment over into the recovery role to help the local community clean up. You see the footage and it is a big mess.
As the Joint Task Force is scaled back, specialist personnel will be left in place, including engineers experienced in rebuilding devastated infrastructure and psychologists who usually work with soldiers affected by war zones.
While we're needed and while we're responding to the emergency and helping vital tasks during the recovery, we'll stay out. It's shocking to see the damage that's actually occurred, but the thing that I'm really taking away from it is the cooperative spirit between every single agency, just to get the stuff done. Everyone's putting their egos in their pockets. Everybody's looking at what needs to be done for the people that have been affected by this tragedy, and they're at the forefront of everybody's mind.
That report from Kathy McLeish.